Hi, everybody. This is Gene Mortensen along with my good buddy Mike Mays, and we are here at Griffith Gymnasium where the Hilltoppers are going to take on the number one team in Class 4A, the Highland High School Hornets. And the Hornets coming into the ball game with a record of 13-3. They're 3-0 in district play. They are coached by Justin Woody. Hilltoppers are 9-9 overall. They are 0-2 in district, having lost Espanola and to Towson. Of course, they are coached by Benito Maestas. But the interesting situation is that I've been looking over their schedule, and Mike, some really, really interesting things. Like one thing that really caught my eye was they only beat Berlin by 1. And I think that was overtime.
Yeah, that went into overtime as well. So they gave the Eagles the Eagles gave them a pretty good run for their money. And of course, we knocked off the Eagles just the other day, 55-53 on Saturday, and that was a big win for the Toppers. Well, they gave the Hornets all they could handle.
Yeah, they really did. And in fact, some of the scores that I was looking at, are not all that impressive. They beat St. Pius by 8. They barely beat Berlin. Grants was in their district, and they clobbered Grants. But it's kind of interesting the way some of the scores played out. But boy, that one that really. How you doing, sir? Awesome.
All right, and official Angelo Atencio here.
Yeah, he's a hugger.
Oh, he's our favorite guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he loves to hug, and I remember one time he was hugging Audrey Washburn. She was an official scorer, and he would come over and he'd hug me and had everybody and hug. And he was hugging Audrey, and then he kissed her on the cheek. Audrey was telling me about it. I couldn't quit laughing, and so anyway,
and that's just not. Audrey's not super comfortable with that sort of thing.
No. But the other thing too was that as soon as John McHale would go down onto the floor to take pictures, and boy, he'd definitely find John and give John a nice big hug. He's a really, really great guy. He's just a really nice guy. Anyway, Mike, tell me what you think.
I will in just a moment. I think we're getting ready for our national anthem here.
Whoa, national anthem. Okay, Mike, we're done. So.
All right, we are back, and the Highland Hornets, boy, they are big. They are very, very big, and they are built too. They're not skinny big. These are linebackers in the making here, Gene.
God, look at those two kids standing next to each other. They are so husky, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, so
Jose Murillo. 6'9" senior. Wow.
Yeah, these are big, strong kids. So the Toppers will have their work cut out for them inside. Good news for the Toppers tonight. Mark Cleland back in the lineup. He was out on Saturday And the Toppers did face another big lineup on Saturday in Belen and held their own pretty good without the big man. So we'll see what Benito Maestas has cooked up tonight. But the Hornets are a physically imposing team. So this is going to be a very, very interesting ball game. So, the Hornets, like I said, 13-3, number one in the state. But yeah, I mean, you look at some of their scores. There aren't a lot that jump out at you.
No, that's exactly right. But Highland, well, they were a power back in the early days when they first started off back in the 50s, and they were a power then, and then they were power for quite a while, and then this thing kind of faded. I hadn't heard a lot about Highland for a long time. They were a 5A school. They're now a 4A school. And, anyway, we're going to have Jose Murillo is going to jump up against Ryan Zeke. That's that's
a pretty one-sided tip there.
I don't know why they just didn't hand the ball to Highland and say, "Here, let's go from here." So we're not sure, but we think that their go-to guy is Gustavo Ayala. I'm sorry, and we got Gustavo. He's 6'6" senior, but his name is Gustavo Ayala del Toro. And I didn't bother to put del Toro because I didn't have a room on my roster, boy. And so we're going to have a goaltending call against as Wesley Stanfield decides to take it to the hole from the right wing.
No, we're going to get a call before that.
Oh my
before
God.
The shot. There was a slap on the glass for sure. I think that was Jose Murillo that slapped it. But before the shot was off, we got a foul on the floor, and that looked like that will go to Alexis Dominguez.
Yeah. That's his first team foul. So the Hilltoppers turn it over and coming up the floor, trying to get it underneath. They get it over on the left wing. Underneath it comes to Murillo, 15-foot shot from the free throw line. High in the air, battle for the rebound, and a couple of tugs of war out there. Finally, now the ball is going to be knocked loose by Joshua. Whoa! Oh. How's that, Mike?
Wow, it looked like Woodson going up. It looked like he was 100% sure that Murillo was going to go up after that ball, and he didn't. And Woodson just kind of threw it up.
Well, I think he bounced it off the backboard because Wakefield was Wesley Stanfield was trailing, and I think he was actually trying to make a pass. But the ball is knocked out of bounds by Stanfield over on the left wing. But yeah, they stole the ball away, and then Joshua knocked the ball loose and then took off. And then they heaved it down to him. But
was that an alley-oop attempt?
I think it was supposed to be an alley-oop. Standing way out there, Alexis Dominguez, and he just fired it up and banged it, way off the backboard, just slammed it off the backboard. Pass underneath goes to Elijah Ortiz. His shot rolls around and comes out. Down the floor they come. They get it to Raul Stanford. Stanford over to Gustavo. Gustavo puts a shot up, long rebound. Still no score in this ball game, Mike. We had 2.5 minutes gone. Joshua Woodson gets into a double team, gets out of it, gets it tries to get it to Nico Garcia. He tries to lob it underneath. It's picked off by Highland, and they're gonna try. They love the alley-oop, I guess, and so they are trying the alley-oop to Murillo, but it didn't. That one didn't work either. So Murillo gets the rebound and puts it in. 2-0 lead now for the Hornets, but so that's just to Stanfield in the corner. Nico Garcia, 3-point shot. That's off. Nobody underneath for Los Alamos. Everybody back on defense. Quickly up the floor they come. They get it now to Raul Stanford. Now over to Murillo, who sets the screen. They get it underneath. Boy, nice looking shot on the baseline. Boy, that was a pretty jump shot by Gustavo Ayala. Boy, that was pretty. And smooth as glass. Anyway, in the corner, it comes to Elijah Ortiz, out now to Ryan Zeke, back to Elijah, skip pass across to Joshua Woodson, and they're going to bring it back to the other side. Now in the corner, Hilltop is really moving the ball in a hurry. Joshua Woodson right now is dribbles to the left wing, comes back out, top of the key, gets it to Nico Garcia. Garcia starts to go in. Wesley Stanfield, three-point shot. That's off. Long rebound is going to come down to Alexis Dominguez, stolen away by the Hilltoppers. They get us Elijah Ortiz. It's right now it's a 4-0 ball game, and Nico Garcia with it for Los Alamos. He gets the screen from Ryan Zeke, not able to do anything with it. Gets it to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield on the dribble, and he loses the handle, knocked away from behind, and so they bring it over to Gustavo Ayala, and I thought he was.
Three-pointer out from the left side, and that is good. The first three-pointer of the game for Highland. That's Alexis Dominguez, and he moves the Hornets out to a 7-0 advantage. 3:08 remaining here. Toppers not on the board yet, and really haven't had a whole lot of real good looks. Finally, Garcia, nice move into the lane. Had about an 8-footer, but that one comes up short. That's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by the Hornets. Pretty good look there for Nico Garcia, but everybody's, the 4 or 5 shots the Toppers have gotten off. None of them have been super close, Gene.
Yeah, and Nico, he's that little drive he makes into the lane, and then he puts up that floater, and he's usually pretty deadly with it, but he didn't even come close on that one. Comes down to Elijah Ortiz. He wants to shoot the three, and he had a bunch of threes against Berlin the other night. Joshua Woodson's going to get it to Stanfield out near the half-court circle. He gets a screen from Ryan Zeke, and Zeke rolls off, but now Stanfield is going to shoot from the top of the key, but he was inside the three-point line. So it's a 2 for Wesley, the 5'11 senior. That makes it now 7-2 in favor of Highland. Highland is going to bring it out on top now, and they're going to start over to Jonathan Guerrero. Now over to JoJo Woody. Underneath it goes to Murillo, and nothing Los Alamos can do but watch.
Thought he was going to throw that down, actually, but just a little layup off the glass. Under 2 minutes left. Neither team is subbed, although the Toppers do have a couple of guys sitting at the table right now. But Highland nobody's even stood up for Highland yet.
Yeah, so what's interesting too is that the Hilltoppers haven't been playing pretty well. Actually, they just can't hit anything. And Ryan Zeke, nice move by Ryan. He puts his shot up, gets his own rebound, goes back up again, and he's fouled. And I think this is going to go to Murillo. And let's see what they say.
Oh, they're going to give that to
Jonathan Guerrero.
All right.
Picks up the personal. That's his first. And
oh boy,
that's the second team foul.
And Ryan Zeke a little bit off on that first free throw.
Well, they're off on everything. I mean, some of the shots that they've been taking normally, like against Berlin the other night, those would have dropped. But I don't know whether the Toppers are intimidated or what. But and another.
That one not much better.
Yeah, I know. Well, he was consistent anyway. Put up a couple of bricks and then comes now to Ayala. Ayala looking inside, over in the corner, 3-point shot on the way. That's good by Jonathan Guerrero. And right now it's a 12-2 ball game.
Good looking shot from the corner, and the Toppers very late to rotate over there, and nothing they could do about it. Guerrero with nice stroke there.
Well, it's interesting too, Mike, because this ball game ought to be a lot closer. I mean, Highland they've been able to score, but now coming down the baseline on the right side, Nico Garcia puts up that little floater, pops around the rim, comes out, 45 seconds to go in the quarter. They're going to rotate it. Well, I thought they're going to rotate it over on. They now get it inside well, we have a substitute in here. 3 seconds. Well, where's 3 seconds? I mean, my golly. I mean, if you had watered him, he would have grown. My God, I mean, he was stuck in that lane forever. If the ball goes out of bounds, we have 25 seconds to go. Owen Geiger will come into the ball game and replace Ryan Zeke. Roland Esch is in the ball game right now for the Hilltoppers. Let's see. And Gavin Coy has also checked in for the Hilltoppers. So they keep trying to get it into Fernando Hernandez. And Fernando was the one who was in the lane. He was just trying, he was making moves everywhere, trying to get open. He could not get open, and so he finally just passed it away, but he was in the lane for 5 or 6 seconds. But Wesley Stanfield with it, he's going to put up a 3-point shot. Boy, that's good. Nice. Look, they're going to call it another 2. If these guys just make a step back, 3-point shot from way out, high in the air to get the rebound. Roland Esch, you're going to get it to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield with a long pass down the floor, and that'll bring the quarter to an end. Another zooming quarter here, Mike. And we have a few spectators here tonight, Mike.
Yeah, that's right. I guess so. The Los Alamos Athletic Department decided they were going to allow, I think, 4 fans per player into the stands tonight, as if what I heard was correct. So yeah, that's about right. I don't think there's a lot more than that.
Yeah. So we have what we have 13 players, right? So we're allowed to have 52 fans.
And that's just about right. I think I can probably count them if I wanted to.
What happens? I was wondering when you get to the door and you're number 53.
That's all right. Sorry.
Can't come in. But it's interesting because they do have some spectators here, and it's interesting, Mike, because Mike and I have just finished doing 5 games here at Griffith Gymnasium with no spectators. And so this is the first game in 5 games, in 6 games actually, that we actually do have spectators here. And it was kind of interesting without the spectators. Maury Pongratz was still here, of course.
Yeah, and full throat. And you would, you'd never know nobody was here.
So the Hilltoppers inbound it. Now they're going to get it over to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield's going to take it down on the baseline, pulls it up. His shot is off. High in the air to get the rebound is Jose Murillo. Long pass down the floor, and they get it now to Alexis Dominguez. Dominguez to Murillo, and Alexis gets the ball right back, and he pops a 3 from just to the right of the key. That makes it now 15-4. And the Hilltoppers, it's interesting because they've been playing pretty good basketball. They just can't make anything. So Wesley Stanfield wanted to shoot the 3. He'll get it to Joshua Woodson, who likes to shoot the 3. And Gavin Coy, I mean, he looked like he was trying to make a move through the lane. It looked like a cornerback trying to keep him catching the pass. So they bring it now on top to Wesley Stanfield with it. He'll go over to Joshua Woodson in the corner to Roland Esch. Esch puts up the dribble. And the ball's going to be stolen away by Gustavo Ayala. So is it Ayala? Ayala, thank you, sir. Whoa, and another 3-pointer from Alexis Dominguez. Wow, he's got 3 3-pointers. It's an 18-4 ball game.
The last one was Stanfield right in his face. That didn't even phase him.
No.
That was a nice looking 3-pointer again. So that's 9 points for Dominguez as we have a timeout on the floor. I believe Los Alamos took that, and that's going to be a full timeout. Interlow Tensil letting us know what's happening. So 18-4 ball game right now. And yeah, like you said, Jane, the Toppers have not played poorly.
No,
just a couple of turnovers. I mean, they're getting a fair amount of pressure from the Hornet defense, but for the most part, they've been able to handle it, and they've gotten a couple of looks. It's just nothing is falling.
No, I mean, shots the other night against Berlin. That they were coming in and making good shots, and they were, it wasn't like they just suddenly were having a lot of good luck against Berlin. They were putting up some nice shots, some nice little floaters and jump shots. And but tonight, I mean, they're just completely out of sync. I mean, everybody's shooting. I mean, when I see Nico Garcia going down the lane with that little floater, I mean, that's almost automatic. And then, of course, Ryan Zeke goes to the free throw line, and sorry, Ryan, but he didn't do a very good job of shooting the free throws. Anyway, so after coming out of the timeout, they'll get it out of Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield will dribble just to the left of the key, picks up his dribble, having a lot of trouble getting to someone almost. And boy, that was a dangerous pass as Alexis Dominguez almost picked it off. So it was a long pass, kind of a long bounce pass from he was way out there and he's trying to get it over to the wing. And I can't believe it didn't get picked off. Wesley Stanfield, nice move inside, gets Jose Murillo off his feet, and Wesley picks up 6 points. He's got all 6 for Los Alamos. Underneath it goes to Murillo. Murillo's he's just shoving Roland Esch out of the way, and they're going to give him a basket. How about traveling for one? How about offensive foul for one? Well, that stinks. Anyway, they're going to call Elijah Ortiz for the personal, and that's ridiculous. I mean, they had him cold and they had him covered, and he just kept dropping his shoulder and just banging into. He kept banging into Roland. He kept banging into Elijah, and then he puts the shot up, puts it in. Well, he counted the basket, which I couldn't believe, and then they give him the free throw, and he misses the free throw. So anyway, he now has 6 points in the ball game, but he did not convert the 3-point play. Wesley Stanfield now over to Nico Garcia, goes behind his back, gets it to Roland Esch. Esch going to bring it out to Owen Geiger. They'll go down in the corner on the left side. Nico Garcia, that little floater, and that one is also off.
Yeah, Nico never misses those.
No,
those are money in the bank, and he's done that a couple of times, and he just can't get them to drop.
No, he cannot. And right now, Roland Esch trying to keep Murillo out of there. So he's going to take it to the hole again, and this time they're going to call. I think it's going to be Roland. I think Esch is going to pick up the personal.
No, that's going to be on Ortiz again.
Oh, my God.
That is his second.
Where are those mystery fouls coming from Elijah? I mean, Roland Esch was on him, and then he went up for the shot, and he just, when he went up, I mean, all he did was just slam it off the backboard and didn't come close. He just wanted to get the ball up in the air so they could call the shooting foul. And now Mark Cleland comes into the ball game. He's a 6'10" senior for Los Alamos. We have 5:12 remaining here in the first half of play. Elijah is going to check out with 2 personal fouls. Murillo is at the free throw line, makes them both.
Wow. So
he now has 8 points. And full court press. They bring it across to Joshua Woodson. And Owen Geiger, he had Mark Cleland wide open under the basket, did not pass it to him, tried to dribble it himself. Nico Garcia over to Josh Woodson. Woodson back to Nico in the corner. Nico's, these guys like to shoot the three. Nico makes a great move. Wow, nice move. And he gets a nice screen from Mark Cleland. Boy, Mark is the one who made that possible because Nico was going to the basket, but he didn't have a clear run. And Mark Cleland on Murillo. And Murillo just almost running around in the lane in front of the basket as Mark did a good job on him.
That's the second time we've seen him. He's pivoted around like 270 degrees.
Yes. Owen Geiger gets it to Wesley Stanfield. His shot is off. Murillo with the rebound quickly up the floor. They come to Jose this time to JoJo Woody, and they get it underneath. Who made that, Mike?
That was Ayala for his second bucket, making it a 26-8 ball game.
Wow.
Under 4 minutes remaining here in the opening half.
Owen Geiger, they get it now to Mark Cleland. Cleland goes up against Murillo. Murillo tries to block it. Now we're going to send Mark Cleland to the free throw line for the Hilltoppers. So Mark,
let's just mark these off right now. Let's just put them on the board.
They got to give Mark a lot of credit because he's done a pretty good job inside. That one last shot that Murillo made, like Mike said, my God, I mean, he's just spinning around from one side of the basket to the other. I can't believe you can do that and keep your pivot foot planted. So
that's a pretty good trick if you can do that. And that's I wonder if that actually is what happened.
Yeah. So Mark at the free throw line misses the first, but boy, that was a nice screen that he set. Whoa!
Wow, that was flat even for Mark.
Yes, it was flat with and a lot of steam on it too.
That was almost a submarine. Oh boy!
Whoa! The old classic alley-oop, boy, I'm telling you, and beautifully executed as they get Alexis Dominguez lobbed it up right in front of the basket. Murillo high in the air and slams it down for two. But boy, they did that perfectly. Nico Garcia shoots from way outside. That three-point shot is off. A fast break for the Hornets. The ball is going to be knocked out of bounds. Let's see. I think they're going to call another foul. And this time they're going to put Fernando Hernandez on the free throw line.
I was sure that was going to go to Roland Ash. They're going to call Nico on that, I think. Nico was nowhere near that.
Well, they haven't put it up yet. So there it is, Nico. That's his first personal.
He wasn't even on that side of the floor. What are they calling?
I don't know, but these guys they're missing a lot, I'm afraid. I mean, those guys under the basket, they're making so many moves. There's no way in the world you could make that many moves and not travel. I mean, they're going from one side of the lane to the other. So Hernandez puts a shot up. Let's see, was that a 1-and-1?
I didn't think so, and
everybody
thought it was, but it was not. So
everybody takes off. He misses the shot. And Hilltoppers get the rebound, and everybody, Highland, everybody takes off down the floor. And the official says, "Wait a minute," gives him another one. So here in this first half of play, 29-8, and it's a shame because that score does not reflect this ball game at all. Hilltoppers have played much better than that. Pass over on the left wing, trying to get it to Roland Ash. Knocked out of bounds by Alexis Dominguez. Hilltoppers will throw it in right in front of the Highland bench. They're going to get it to Nico Garcia out to Wesley Stanfield. Skip pass comes across to Joshua Woodson. Joshua, who loves to shoot the three, has not been able to get one off tonight. Nico Garcia did shoot one, and that's been it. Hilltoppers have not scored a three. In fact, so Nico Garcia still on the dribble, going to bring it back to Joshua, over to Stanfield, on top to Nico, and we're coming down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Nico, the pass comes to him, it goes right through his hands. Joshua Woodson runs down the loose ball. Joshua now making Joshua, he went behind his back and took off down the left side of the lane. He was wide open. All he had to do was go up and just pop a little jumper, and then he dishes it off. Gets it over now to Woodson. Joshua, 3-point shot. That is off. Rebound is going to come down to Highland, down the floor in a hurry. Comes Alexis Dominguez. And Dominguez gets it to Murillo heading to the basket. And Murillo's all by himself. And he just goes up in the air and slam-a-jamma. I mean, classic, too. Slam-a-jamma. Got that ball, one-handed dunk. Three-point shot by the Hilltoppers, Joshua Woodson. And that's good. That makes it now 31-11. Coming down the baseline. They're going to get it to Fernando Hernandez. So they got two big men in there right now. Three-point shot from the right wing. And this one taken by Jonathan Guerrero. That is off. Rebound is going to come down to Wesley Stanfield. Boy, I'll tell you, Nico Garcia, I mean, he shot one from the bleachers and long pass down the floor. Boy, fantastic steal by Joshua Woodson. Boy, I mean, he just flat picked his pocket. They get it to Stanfield. His three-point shot is off. Toppers get the rebound. They get it to Woodson. His three-point shot is off. Mark Cleland battling for it with Murillo, and they're going to say it's off of Mark. 32 seconds to go, Mike.
Oh, wow. Crazy pace here the last about minute and a half of this first half. But, wow, two straight dunks by Jose Murillo. And boy, that second one was cool.
Yes, it was. I mean, he just came down. He was coming right down the middle of the lane, got a great pass as he was coming down the lane, and he just went up one-handed dunk. It comes now to, let's see, we're down to 12 seconds to go here, and with the ball right now is Eliab. Mark Cleland pulls down the rebound with a second to go, and so that last shot was taken by Eliab, E-L-I-A-B. I've never seen a name like that.
Eliab Lopez.
Eliab Lopez.
And that went off. I can't say I want to run across that first name before. But 31-11 here as we head into the break. The Hornets. Boy, they're taking every advantage of what they've been given, and they've been able to finish. The Toppers have had opportunities to stay in this ball game, as we've been saying the entire first half, Gene. Not really, some decent looks, a couple of decent shots, couldn't get them to fall, and then toward the end of that second quarter, unfortunately, the Toppers, I think, looked up at the scoreboard and kind of started to force a couple of passes, Highland all over it, and they were able to turn those into easy buckets on the other end. But, Highland's defense has been able to keep up the pressure most of this first half, and they have a sizable lead heading into this third quarter here. 20-point advantage for the Hornets. Coming off of the other Saturday night's big win over the Belen Eagles, we thought Toppers maybe they got a little bit of momentum. Maybe they can give the Hornets a little bit of a game tonight, and just unfortunate couple of bad breaks, and then like you said, maybe getting a little jumpy there toward the end of the second quarter, and unfortunately the Hornets able to take advantage of that. So Wesley Stanfield, a couple of nice shots in that first half. He had 6 points, went high off the glass there in that second quarter. Nice little bank shot for his 6 point, but beyond that, just two other players in the book right now. That is Joshua Woodson. He had a three late in that second quarter, and then Nico Garcia finally getting something to fall there in the second quarter as well. But yeah, it's been a little kind of slim pickings in that first half.
Yeah, really. And I mean, the way this crazy half went, I fully expected the Bengals to run out on the middle of the floor and start singing and just another manic Monday, because that's what this is certainly what it has been, a manic Monday. All right. And so, and Mike, while you're adding things up here, we got a pretty busy schedule this week, is taking on the Highland tonight. And then the boys on the Thursday are going to go up against Milwaukee, and then they'll travel to Moriarty on Saturday. The girls will play, let's see, where are we? They'll play tomorrow night, and that is Milwaukee here, Milwaukee at home. And then the girls will also they'll entertain Moriarty on Friday. And let's see, I thought we had 4 games this week, but
I believe we do.
Yeah, well, we have Highland tonight, Milwaukee tomorrow. Oh, and Moriarty on Friday. And then, of course, the boys in between that. And the boys, after tonight's game, the boys are going to play Milwaukee. And that'll do it for them. Okay. It's a busy week.
It is a busy week. So, quick rundown of the scoring here, Gene, with about 6.5 minutes till we get going in this second half. For the Hornets, Jose Murillo, their big man, 6'9" senior, 14 points, 10 of those coming in that second quarter, and really getting his presence established in that second quarter. And then 2 big dunks, one off an alley-oop, which you can scarcely run any better than the Hornets did. And then the other one coming a little bit, cut straight down the lane, perfect entry pass, and then just a one-handed hammer. He threw that one down. He's got 14 points. Alexis Dominguez, 3 3-pointers in that first half as well for the Hornets. He's got 9. As I said, for the Toppers, only 3 gentlemen making it into the scoring column in that first half. Wesley Stanfield leads Los Alamos with 6 points. He has 3 2-point buckets. Then Joshua Woodson had a 3-pointer in the second quarter. And Nico Garcia with a bucket as well. He's got 2. And I think that's just about it. A little, just hard to get anything going here for the Toppers. And like I said, a little unfortunate. Had they connected maybe a little earlier in a couple of those shots that they had pretty good looks on, maybe they get a little momentum going. But I think toward the end, second half, second quarter rather, getting a little shell-shocked, and Hornets took advantage.
Yeah, they really did, and it's kind of a shame too, because the Hilltoppers have actually played a pretty good ball game. They just haven't been dominated or intimidated by Highland. The one thing, of course, Murillo, he's 6'9", and he gets the ball inside, and a couple of beautiful dunks on that alley-oop, and then that just slam-a-jamma when he was coming down the middle of the lane. But one of the things with Murillo and also with Fernando Hernandez, the 2 big men, Hilltopper's doing a pretty good job when they get the ball in the paint under the basket. But then these Highland kids, they just start running around. They're on one side of the lane. Next thing you know, they're on the other side of the lane after they've already picked up their dribble. But I can't believe, that they're not calling traveling on those guys. Anyway, but for the Highland, they came up with 12 field goals, and 4 of those were 3-pointers. The Hilltoppers came up with 5 field goals and 1 3-pointer. The Hilltoppers are 0 for 4 from the free throw line, and the Hornets are 3 for 5 from the free throw line. Not a whole lot of fouling, at least. So I have 2 fouls on Highland and 3 fouls on Los Alamos. Is that what you got?
I've actually got 3 fouls on Highland.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's about as I think that's about as close to the foul count as as we've been.
Really.
It's been a little hard. We got a new scoreboard here, of course, and when you get a chance, for everybody who has not had a chance to come over here, you should really check it out. It is pretty darn nifty. A lot of animation, a lot of cool stuff, and it's big, so you can see it pretty well. And when they plug in all the information, who scored, who has how many fouls, and things like that. So yeah, it is pretty nifty. So come check that out when you can.
Yeah, the scoreboard situation is it goes all the way back to last year when they were just having. I mean, we'd be in the middle of a game and all of a sudden the scoreboards would go out. There was one game where they actually brought out 4 different panels, the information to type in the information onto the scoreboard. And they brought in 4 of those and not 4 of those keyboards, and we couldn't get not one to work. And then that's when they started having trouble at the beginning of the season here. And then Ann Stewart told us, she said, we have ordered a new scoreboard, but it's on back order. Yeah, it's probably out in the middle of, it probably was out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Probably sat out there for 6 weeks.
Yeah, probably 6 or 7 miles out of Long Beach Harbor or something. But it's in now, and it is pretty neat.
Yeah, it really is. So classing it up here, but right now what they do is they pull out. We actually broadcast from the floor. They just put a table on the floor last week, the last 5 games, and we were just by ourselves sitting on the table. We were on the opposite side of where the score table was, and I don't know, but we didn't know what to expect tonight, and then we found out that they were going to let a limited number of spectators in, and that's what we have here, is a limited number. So
actually not a terrible number considering they were limiting it, but yeah, we've actually seen regular season full capacity games not have as many fans as we've got tonight.
Yeah, it can vary, and of course on a Monday night, you don't normally play on Monday night. That's pretty rare. Almost always you start off on Tuesday, have a Tuesday game, and normally the way it used to be was you'd, like for Espanola, for instance, we would play, say, the boys on Tuesday and the girls on Wednesday. And but I don't know. The schedule nowadays is kind of weird. So Highland will take it to bring it in to start this third quarter. And they're going to bring it over to Alexis Dominguez on the right wing. Dominguez is going to put the shot up. It's off as he has 3 3-pointers in the ball game. Ball is going to be knocked out of bounds by JoJo Woody, who immediately he knocks it out of bounds and immediately points to the official that it's his ball. It's our ball.
Angelo Atencio not buying it, though.
No, not at all. Came and gave him a little hug. So Nico Garcia on a dribble. Still on a dribble. Goes behind his back. Well, he's finally decides to get it over to Stanfield. Stanfield will get it to Joshua Woodson. Woodson goes with the 3, and this one is short. And Woodson goes to the floor trying to get his own rebound. Candy is scooped up down the floor. It goes to Raul Stanford. Stanford is going to put up the 3. No, he decides to take it down the lane. Tries to go up against Elijah Ortiz. Elijah right there with a hand up there and makes him change his. Well, they're going to call right now Nico Garcia for the personal. But I'm lost, Mike. I never saw him go into a shooting motion.
No, I don't think he did. I think he Well, honestly, I didn't see the foul either. I thought Nico just kind of poked it away from him as he was starting to elevate. I thought it was a clean poke, and the officials disagree.
Yeah, and they send him to the line for 2, and he drops in both of them. But when Nico knocked the ball out, now Nico goes to the hole. He's fouled, nothing called. Murillo coming down the floor, going to get over onto the left wing, back to Murillo out on top. 3-point shot on the way. This one is off. Rebound is going to come down to JoJo Woody. And now they're going to try to get another alley-oop to Murillo. Not real good execution that time, Mike.
Yeah, a little too high, got off his fingertip. And then Toppers lose the ball. Other way. Woodson with the bucket in transition.
Nice.
But Toppers get the bucket there. It was Highland. Not sure what Highland was trying to do on the fast break there, but just did not execute it.
Well, the player got under the basket. I think that was JoJo Woody. He got under the basket, but he was bound and determined that he was going to shoot it. So he just put up this kind of a Michael Jordan shot. He just actually flipped it up over his head, coming right down the middle of the lane as they got it to Murillo, and then Murillo he sees Gustavo Ayala coming right down the middle of the lane, just dishes it off to him, and Ayala picks up his sixth point of the ball game. Hilltoppers with it. Josiah Fresca's in the ball game now. Gets it over to Joshua Woodson, back to Josiah. Nice move down the lane by Josiah. Puts it up short. And that's a shot that Hilltoppers should have dropped. And now Alexis Dominguez 3-point shot. And that's his, fourth 3-pointer. And so right now he has 12 points plus 2 free throws, 14 points. We have a timeout taken by Benito Maestas. It's going to be a 30. So, and right now it's a 38-13 is the score.
Yeah, 38 points here for Highland in the third quarter. That's not a million points.
No.
But Highland has hit some big shots. I mean, Dominguez with 14, and then they've taken advantage of what they've been given for the most part. But this is not under normal circumstance. I mean, 38 points at this with 5:18 left in the third. I mean, that's not a ton.
No, it isn't. They said, well, the Hilltoppers just haven't been able to. They just flat haven't been able to put anything together. And a lot of the shots that I thought they should make now, Elijah Ortiz finally. He likes to shoot from that left corner, and he puts up the 3. So Elijah, that's the first points for Elijah in the ball game. I'm going to get it now to Ayala inside to Murillo. Murillo is able to get around Ryan Zeke and Elijah Ortiz both trying to get up there and do something against Murillo, but no way. No, he has 16 points in the ball game. Stanfield with it. It's going to take it down. Right down Broadway, and he's going to go to the free throw line. So Wesley making a nice move. That personal foul's going to go to JoJo Woody. That'll be his first. That's the first team foul. 3 team fouls were called on Los Alamos, and 3 team fouls were called on Highland in that first half of play. So at the free throw line right now for the Hilltoppers is Wesley Stanfield. And he has 6 points in the ball game. He's going to shoot 2, misses the first, which is really unusual because he's deadly from the free throw line. Cannot believe Wesley missed that. You put him on the free throw line, and it's almost automatic. 4:34 to go here in this third period, and Wesley drops in the second one. So Wesley now has 7 points in the ball game and makes it 40-17. Well, nice little walk. Joshua I mean, Alexis Dominguez comes right down the middle of the lane and got cut off. So he just took a couple of extra steps to the side. Nothing called. Jose Murillo going to get the ball to him. He just lays it in for two. And now over to Elijah Ortiz. Back to back now. Elijah with another three-pointer for the Hilltoppers. That makes it 42-20. Comes now to JoJo Woody. JoJo. They want to do that alley-oop. So inside they get it to JoJo Woody. He's wide open. He misses the shot. Rebound comes down to Murillo. He misses, gets his own rebound and puts it back in. 20 points now for Murillo.
Woody, boy, you couldn't have asked for a wider open layup than that. He wasn't even close.
No, not at all. And right now we're going to have a personal foul, and that one I think is going to go to Raul Stanford. Yes, it is. Stanford, he picks up his first personal. That's the second team foul of this half. The Hilltoppers will inbound it. They get it into Wesley Stanfield, and Stanfield with a little wide open jumper right in front of the basket. Hits the back of the iron, put too much on it. That's going to come out to Alexis Dominguez. Dominguez looking inside, gets it to Murillo. Murillo, oh, he wants to shoot the three. Whoa.
Oh, brother.
Whoa. And boy, can he shoot the three? Wow. Nothing. I mean, nothing but net. Wow. And he made it look easy. Nico Garcia with a three-point shot. That is off. Long pass comes down to Alexis Dominguez. Dominguez will get it in the corner. Here goes Murillo again.
Oh.
This time three-point shot is off with a long rebound. Going to come out to Highland. So they get it now to Fernando Hernandez and to Alexis Dominguez. He just takes it down the middle of the lane, misses the shot, but the old Murillo is right there with the old-fashioned tip in. You don't see that a lot nowadays. Everybody has to grab the ball and put it back. So it's the term, is put back, but you don't see the old-fashioned tip in. That's what Murillo did. Makes it now 49-20. The Hilltoppers are taking a three-point shot. That is off. Rebound comes down to Highland. They come down the floor. They get it to Alexis Dominguez. And now a three-point shot from the right corner, from the right wing. And that's Eliab Lopez. And he has three. Under 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter. And Josiah Frescas with the ball. Going to get it to Wesley Stanfield. Stanfield dribbles into the middle of the paint and puts up about an 8-footer. And he now has 9 points in the ballgame, makes it now 52-22. Alexis Dominguez coming down the lane, going to dish it over under the right corner. And this time it's going to be.
Oh, that was a 2-point. His big toe on the line. That's a 2-pointer.
Yeah, Raul Stanford. Comes down Elijah Ortiz. He wanted to shoot the three. Murillo says nothing doing and can bring it out to Nico Garcia. Garcia on the dribble, working against Fernando Hernandez. Gets it to Wesley Stanfield, back to Nico. Nico's going to make the move to the basket. And I mean, Jose Murillo, he just went up in the air, and boy, I'm telling you, Nico didn't have a chance. And then a long pass down the floor as Highland takes off, and they get it down to Murillo once again, and Murillo lays it in again. Oh, boy. He's piling up the points. What have we got here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. Ivan for 27 points.
I believe that is correct. Yes, and that was, boy, that block. That was just. I mean, he just pushed it off the glass. He barely had to jump off the floor, and that's I've had that happen to me a couple of times at pickup games. That's not a lot of fun. But Diego, nice move to the basket, but they're just, he's just a wall there. There's not much you can do about it.
Nothing. No, you try to go up against him, and he's so big and husky and those long arms, and he's out of the ball game right now. So they have except for Fernando Hernandez, who was 6'5", they have a they have a very short lineup in there right now. 45 seconds to go. 57-22. Just I would get it to Stanfield. Stanfield in the corner to Joshua Woodson. Woodson gets it to Elijah Ortiz. Boy, I mean, wanted to make the steal that time was J.J. Williams. So Roland Desch, he looked like he was going to shoot the three. I don't know if I've ever seen Roland shoot a three. Elijah Ortiz is going to bring it back to Roland. Skip pass across to Joshua Woodson with 15 seconds to go. They get it out on top to Roland Desch. Boy, nice jump shot from it's about 17 feet out by Roland Desch. Boy, that was pretty. And then at the buzzer, we have Fernando Hernandez dropping it in.
Little hook shot there, a little baby hook for Shaquille O'Neal special there, and 59-24 in favor of the Highland Hornets here after three. And okay, 59 is a pretty good point total for three quarters. I will give them that, but they poured it. Wow, 28 points in that quarter by the Hornets.
Yes,
that is that's a lot of points.
Yeah, and Jose Murillo had 13 of those in that quarter.
Yeah, including a three. And we're a little surprised that he was shooting the three, but he shot the three. That was a beautiful looking three. He actually tried one the next trip down as well, and he shot it. And he immediately ran to the other side of the court. He was that confident it was going to go in. Unfortunately for him, hit the back of the iron. He was stunned. He was beside himself.
Yeah, couldn't believe he missed it. But that first one he shot, Roy, was, I mean, classic. Perfect form, perfect shot, and nothing but net. I mean, so, yeah, Hilltoppers will inbound to start quarter number 4. And they're going to bring it into Joshua Woodson. Woodson on the dribbles to the left wing, brings it out on top to Roland Desch. And Mark Cleland had came in, but I don't know if we saw Mark in the second half or not. Joshua Woodson over in the corner and putting his shot up against Murillo as a nice move by Gavin Coyd as he came down the baseline on the left side, went up, got Murillo in the air, and then he went up, and Murillo's called for the foul. I believe that's Murillo. They're going to give it to him.
I believe so, and I got him for 2.
Yes.
As Coy connects on the first one. Just one.
So Gavin at the free throw line drops in the first and the second. So Hilltoppers have won this quarter already, 2-0.
Yeah, just hang it up. I don't know. What else do you need to do?
So, well, they started off they ended the quarter. They took out all the big guys except for Fernando Hernandez. Ball is stolen away by Gavin Coy. Wow, nice steal by Gavin as he just picked the pocket that time of Alexis Dominguez. Out on top, it comes to Joshua Woodson. Woodson over to Gavin Coy. Down low to Roland Desch. 3-point shot by Los Alamos is way off. Owen Geiger now will check in for Los Alamos. So Geiger checks in, and after the missed shot by Los Alamos, 6:45 to go here in this ball game, 59-26. Highland up on Los Alamos. Underneath it comes to Murillo. Boy, good job this time. Boy, good defense that time by Roland Desch. Desch is just all over him. And Murillo muscles his way in and puts it in for his 29th point. And boy, credit Roland Desch. He's a football player, and I'm telling you, he's a big husky kid, and you don't move him around very. I mean, he doesn't move. Comes to Elijah Ortiz, 3-point shot by Elijah. Long rebound. Going to come down to Roland. Esch gets it to Stanfield. Stanfield to Gavin Coy. Coy coming down the lane on the right side. And Owen Geiger trying to go for the rebound. We should have had that time Gustavo Ayala. God, that name is driving me crazy, Mike. And so, anyway, from way out, once again, Alexis Dominguez. And he pops a three. Let's see. And so, right now, let's see. That gives him 17 points.
Wow.
In the ball game. And who called the timeout?
I believe that was Highland that called the timeout.
Yeah.
And
a
30-second timeout. And well, once again here, Gene, we were in a nearly 40-point ball game, and the Toppers have 3 of their starters in, and the Hornets have 4.
Yeah, no, I don't understand that.
I don't get, get your bench guys in there a little bit.
Well, yeah.
What's the worst going to happen at this point?
Yeah, we've seen that too. We've talked about that a few times. When we're discussing games or whatever before games and stuff, that we don't understand the situation where they're wiping the other team out, but they're keeping their starters in for the whole game. And also the team is getting killed. They also keep their starters in. And, that's why you have a bench. Give those kids a chance to get some experience.
Well, actually, it looks like the Hornets have put in some of their bench players in now.
Yeah, Ricardo Leon now in the ballgame. Pass inside, picked off by Gavin Coy. Coy's having a great ball game, and he's going to go up and let's see, there's a collision under the basket, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Highland. And Gavin's going to get the basket, and that personal foul is going to go to Ricardo Leon, who has just checked into the ball game. That's his first. That's a third team foul. And now at the free throw line, Gavin Coy trying to complete the three-point play. That's exactly what he does. So, boy, and Gavin so far has had an excellent ball game for the Hilltoppers. So out on top it comes, and with the ball is Eliab Lopez. Lopez in the corner now to Fernando Hernandez. Hernandez is going to try to go down the lane and steps on the baseline. So it's 64-29 right now.
Oh, and Gene, I just realized we're in a running clock.
Oh, we are.
I just now realized that, and that is correct. We had 35-point spread. Well, not anymore. It isn't.
No.
As Mark Cleland bangs one off the glass for a bucket. So 4:15 remaining.
So Mark gave Cleland a little dish of their own medicine, and almost stolen away by Wesley Stanfield. As trying to come down the lane on the baseline was Ricardo Leon. But so Highland will inbound under their own basket. Hilltoppers are really packing the defense in around the basket, but they don't have that, I mean, the height situation now really does favor Los Alamos. Roger Stanfield over to Gavin Coy. 3-point shot by Gavin. Rebound is going to come down to Ricardo Leon. Leon coming up the floor in a hurry. Pulls up at the top of the key. 3:39. 3-point shot on the way. That was good. And that one by Fernando Hernandez. So he gets a 3. And that now is his 6th point in the ball game. 3:24 to go. And we're back to a running clock underneath. They get it to this time now to Mark Cleland, and he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. And so they got so Hernandez picks up the personal, the 6'5" junior. That's his first. That's the fifth team foul. Whoa. And Mark Cleland at the free throw line. I just wish Mark would put some arch on those shots. I mean,
well, we saw him do it a couple of times in a couple of games, and the free throws are much better.
Well, he's got good form, everything. It's just that he shoots them. First of all, he shoots them too hard, and no arch. 67-31, as Mark misses both of them, and so. Great inside position that time was Joseph Padilla, and the rebound started to come down to Mark Cleland. Just kind of reached over him and just grabbed it away from him. And they get it underneath to Mark, and Mark puts it in for two. And that makes it now 67-33, and we have 2:45 to go underneath. The out on top 3-point shot. That's good. Whoa. Joseph Padilla with three.
That was a nice looking shot too.
Well, they did Mike and I were watching and Stanfield with the rebound. It goes now to Mark Cleland. Cleland's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line once again. And the personal foul is going to go to Joseph Padilla. That's going to be his first. That's going to be the sixth team foul. And Mark at the free throw line.
And that first one is off. First free throw is off. We'll come on. Free throw number two.
Frustrating, Mike.
And checking in the ball game for the topper, Zach Morrow.
Whoa!
As Mark Cleland buries second free throw, but Morrow in the game now. Freshman.
Plays on his JV and then suits up for the varsity. Turn around jump shot, nice.
Whoa!
J.J. Williams. Boy, that was pretty.
That was nice, and it did. Turnaround jumper, and that was first shot I think Williams has attempted tonight. That was nice. As we driving to the bucket too hard is Josiah Fresquez. Back the other way are the Hornets. Three-pointer, deep three-pointer. That is Jonathan Guerrero, and boy, all these guys can shoot. As you were saying a little bit ago, Gene. As Cleland puts one in, we were watching the Hornets warm up, and I was like, everybody was taking threes. Why is everybody taking threes? They're, the average height of some of the, of their big guys is like 6'8". Why? You don't need to shoot any threes. But they have been very, very good shooting threes tonight.
Well, they actually had a warm-up drill before the game, and it was a 3-point warm-up drill. And they'd pop the ball out to somebody like at the top of the key, and he would dribble down, pick up his dribble, and then zing it over to somebody standing on the 3-point line. And they just kept rotating that. Somebody would just grab the ball, dribble into the paint, dish it off to one side or the other, and they were all popping threes. And right now, we had a personal foul go to Gavin Coy. That was his first. That is that's only the second team foul on Los Alamos this half. And at the free throw line, let's see, that was Jonathan Guerrero. Did he make both of them?
He did, yes. So
he now has 8 points in the ball game.
65 seconds remaining here. And
almost did our own alley-oop, but as Mark went up, coming from behind was Arturo Moreno. And Moreno, the ball now is stolen away. Down the floor comes Zach Morrow. He's going to take it all the way. The ball knocked away from him. And so now it's a track meet. 15-foot jump shot from the free throw line up to Joseph Padilla up to get the rebound. 30 seconds to go. We'll see. And so now heading down the lane. And so a 3-point shot on the way. This one is off. Battle for it. It's going to go out of bounds off of Joseph Padilla. Hilltoppers will inbound it, and a running clock right now. So substitution for Highland. That'll run about 10 seconds off the clock. Now they make the substitution. And so now the official finally gives us Hilltoppers the ball with 7 seconds to go. And so Josiah Frescas wants to shoot up the three. He does. And that will bring the ball game to a close. 77-36. But I mean, Highland, let's face it, I mean, they are very, very good, but the height advantage was just too much for Los Alamos. And that Jose Murillo, I have him for 29 points, and he was just unbelievably dominant inside. Wow.
Yeah, he really was, and you know, obviously a big body and very, very strong. And you know, he's leaving the court right now. I'm looking at his feet. Those got to be size 15s there.
Yes,
look at that. I hadn't noticed that, but he has giant feet.
He looks like he could just grab those shoes and go water skiing.
Yeah, exactly. That's something else. But yeah, 29 points for Murillo, and very impressive, very strong under the basket, and 6'9", and Topper just couldn't do a whole lot to slow him down tonight, but Highland has a lot of weapons.
Yeah, they really do.
So big night here for the Hornets, winning this one 77-36, and Toppers just gone off they were cold as ice at the beginning of this ball game. The Hornets able to get some separation. The Hornets weren't exactly lining up the scoreboard in the first half either, but were able to move out. And I think the Toppers got a little bit into desperation mode toward the end of the second half, or toward the end of the second quarter rather. And that's kind of when Highland started to pull away. And third quarter, just everything going Highland's way, and Toppers just unable to bounce back, and really didn't have they really couldn't put up a huge fight after that, and Highland wins this one going away. But we were wondering, we were looking over the scores for the Hornets ahead of this ball game, and they've got some really nice wins. Actually, their 3 losses came. 2 of them came to Rio Rancho, and the other one came against Cleland. Those are both 5A schools in the city of Rio Rancho, and those are 2 very good schools. Those are only 3 games the Hornets had lost coming in here. But looking at some of these scores, we didn't see a ton of big numbers. I mean, there was a few, but nothing really just reaches out and grabs you. And then just about 10 days ago, went to overtime against Belen at home.
Yeah,
at Highland, and they went into overtime and just eked that out by 1 point. And we just saw Belen, and we knocked off Belen on Saturday, thinking, maybe we got a shot against the Hornets, but everything was just about everything was working for them, and unfortunately, Toppers got off to a slow start and just were never able to recover.
Yeah, and it's and the thing too is, it's interesting is that we played Taos. We played Taos on Friday night, I believe it was, and Taos really took it to us, and we just didn't play very well at all. Then we played Belen, and we just played probably the best game I've seen the Toppers play this year. And so coming into the ninth ball game, we knew they were going to be going up against the number 1 team in the state in 4A. But I was thinking, Mike and I were talking, and we thought, well, if they can put together a game like they did against Belen, they could make this a competitive game. But I mean, it was certainly not a mirror image of the Berlin game. I'll guarantee you. It was just, I mean, it was just one of those things where, you know, you have a fantastic game. You think you got some momentum, and then you come into the next game, and you know, and the Toppers were actually playing pretty well. They were handling the ball, they were moving the ball well, but every shot they put up was, I mean, shots that normally would be automatic, just roll around, come out, and they weren't the kind either that tonight that were just rolling around the. You know, roll around the rim and come out. I mean, they just were flat missing them. And that's all there is to it. So the final score here, Mike, is 77-36. And let's see, we're going to be back on the air, I think, tomorrow?
We will be back tomorrow night.
And that's going to be
for the girls against Milwaukee, I believe.
Yes, tomorrow night here at Griffith Gymnasium against Milwaukee.
Boy, so, just you know, two schools that just don't care about one another right there. Los Alamos and Milwaukee, especially on the girls' side. They just, whatever, just another game.
Yeah.
But no, that's always fun. Great rivalry between the Topper girls and Milwaukee. And, this is a very big game for both of those teams, actually. But checking on the score here tonight. Jose Murillo, he had an okay night. 29 points. For the most part, did not play in the fourth quarter either. So that was basically through three quarters. He had 29 points, 19 points for Alexis Dominguez, and he was just deadly from the 3-point arc tonight. He had 5 3-pointers and for 19. And then several other Hornets getting in the act as well. For Los Alamos tonight, Wesley Stanfield, he paced the Topper offense. He had 9 points. He had 6 of those coming in the first half, and he was followed by Mark Cleland, who had 7 points. All of those coming in the fourth quarter. 6 points from Elijah Ortiz. He had a pair of threes in the third. 5 points each for Joshua Woodson and Gavin Cole. A nice game tonight, actually, for Gavin.
Yes,
nice. Got the 5 points in the fourth quarter, and really didn't give up a whole lot. He was kind of stuck down there. Down low in the tall trees, and actually held up pretty well for the most part. It's a nice game tonight by Gavin. He had 6 points, or 5 points rather, as did Joshua Woodson, and a bucket for Nico Garcia, and a bucket for Roland Esch. 77-36 is your final for Los Alamos against the number 1 ranked Highland Hornets. And boy, just the last week and a half here for the Toppers, that is just an absolute killer schedule.
Oh yeah, it really has been. And I want to point out too that Roland Esch just had a fantastic game underneath. I mean, he was battling like crazy, especially against Murillo. And then Mark came in and had a nice fourth quarter as they picked up 7 points in that quarter. So final score 77-36. We'll be back on the air tomorrow night at approximately 7 o'clock. The girls will take on Milwaukee. So this is Gene Mortensen for Mike Mays, and for John McHale and Nate Limbach, and for Carol Clark from the Daily Post. We really want to thank Carol for making all this possible. And the Daily Post, we thought we were dead in the water after we lost KRSN, but coming to our rescue was Carol Clark, and credit John McHale and Nate Limbach for the three of them putting this all together. So that'll do it. So have a great tomorrow, everybody, and you can make it an even better Tuesday. All you got to do is put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug that penguin. But the most important thing that you can always do is just be excellent to each other. And Sweetie Pie gave Moran he got a groom today. He's looking pretty good. And I do miss you, honey. I wish you were here. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hello, I'm Commander Oliver Morris with the Los Alamos Police Department. It's an exciting time to live in Los Alamos. With the increase in hiring at the lab, we've seen more motorists and visitors come to Los Alamos. But with that, we've also seen an increase in traffic. And with traffic, we also get calls of distracted driving, speeding, and sometimes aggressive driving. Please join me in reducing these calls. Our officers are going to be out in force looking for these types of driving behavior. If you see something, please call us at our non-emergency line or our emergency line. We appreciate your partnership in helping keep our community safe, and thank you.
Hi, I'm Troy Hughes with Los Alamos Fire Department, reminding you that fall's upon us and winter's soon coming, so we'll start using our appliances more, like our furnace, our fireplaces. Make sure you get those appliances checked by a certified technician, especially the fireplaces. Make sure you've got a good chimney sweep, get that thing good and clean and ready to burn, and make sure you have a good working CO detector and smoke alarm in your home if you're going to use those appliances.